Hey everybody, this is Chad. Today I'm acclimating an electric flame scallop. As you can see in the bag there, it's very attractive. I love these guys. Not only do they have the bright red of the flame scallop, there he is trying to get away, that's how they escape. Not only does it have the bright red of the flame scallop, but it has that beautiful white shell that provides a juxtaposition of colors. It also has an electric blue that travels across its mantle that looks like an electrical shock. I'm acclimating this guy slowly and carefully using the Doradon acclimation system that I reviewed in the other video. I've come to love that thing. That's the one that has the little cup on top like that, and you see how it drips down in there. Love that thing. It works out really well. Slow acclimation with a drip is important for these guys, and you need to test your water, make sure that you slowly bring what's in the bag to the same level as what's in your tank. You don't want to go too fast. Now, once he's done acclimating, I'm going to find a particular place for him in the tank, and I've already got it picked out right here. You can see that little nook where he is perfect. It's sheltered and shaded. So these guys don't like a lot of bright light. They aren't like some other creatures. They are what you call a zooxanthellae. Now, zooxanthellae is an algae that lives in the tissues of corals, mini corals, almost all, and provides them with light, the energy through light through photosynthesis. This clam does not get this scallop does not get its energy that way. It is a filter feeder. It gets its food through phytoplankton. Phytoplankton is made up of monocellular algae that float through the tank, as opposed to zooplankton, which is little creatures and animals. Together they make microplankton. But this guy, as far as I understand, it's phytoplankton that he wants. He wants the algae. Other clams, like the croquia that I have in the tank, they get their energy from light and will also filter feed different things from the tank. So that's the difference. This is the croquia that I was just talking about. This clam is zooxanthellae. So he needs to be in a bright spot, and you can see he's there with all the light. But my scallop, he needs to be in a shady spot. You don't want too much flow on him, because if you have too much flow on him, it will actually pull the tissues away from the shell. But you got to have enough flow that enough water goes by it that he can filter, because that's how he's going to get his food. They like to be sheltered and out of the bright light, and if you don't, then they're going to take off. On the top and bottom of his shell, he has these filaments. They look like threads or hairs, which it will use to attach to the rock. Once it gets attached, it likes to stay there, and that way it's not going to be blown away with waves or current or anything like that. You can see the shrimp going by him and the orchid dotty-back swimming by. You have to be careful. As you can see, there are very long tentacles that come out from these guys. Those, by the way, have light-sensitive or photosensitive cells on them, so they act almost as eyes. And so when a fish does come by, it can close up because it senses dark and shadow. You can see the dotty-back's not bothering it. It doesn't pick on it. The hermit crabs haven't picked on it. The shrimp haven't picked on it. Everybody so far has come by and said, "Hey, who's this new guy in the tank?" But nobody has done anything to it, and it's been in there for for several hours now at this point after acclimation. Nobody's bothered it. So now let's talk about the electric part. What makes this guy electric? So let's talk about electricity. We'll go from electricity to darkness. Why do we have darkness? It's because I wanted to demonstrate something. You're going to read on a lot of the websites that this guy's electricity is so bright that you can see it in the dark. And that can be pretty appealing when you're looking to buy something that you could see flashing at night. But as you can see from this video, you can't see the scallop at all. The camera's pointing right at it, but you can't see it. So let me turn my flashlight on, and he's a little closed up. But once the light's on it, then you can see the so-called electricity. Well, the reason for that is it's not actual electricity. And on the forums, I'll read questions, people asking, will the electricity hurt my fish? Will it electrocute me? The answer, of course, is no, because it's not actually electricity. What it is similar to several octopuses, that it has the ability to change color pigments and appear to flash. So what it's doing is flashing the changes of color pigments. Now, there might be some bioluminescence to that, some absorbing of the light that I'm putting on it and reflecting it back, like corals will do, but it isn't the same as electricity. It isn't like some of the deep sea creatures type of bioluminescence that in total darkness will shine forth. So even though you may read that on some websites, don't expect to see this guy lighting up your tank at night, because that's not what it is when you talk about the electricity. Obviously, we proved that with the first part of the video. But that doesn't mean that the flame, the electric part of the flame, isn't beautiful. It traces across the mantle like it's electricity. It's fascinating to look at. And it's one of those creatures that when you put in your tank and you take good care of it by providing the right amount of flow, the good water quality, because they do require that. Changes in water quality are not going to be good for this guy. It will kill it very easily. You provide it with that, you've acclimated it carefully, you give it the phytoplankton it needs, which can come just from scraping your tank. You're going to have this guy, people are going to want to talk about it, because you're going to look at it and go, oh my goodness, what is this electricity? And it really does look like electricity. And so people, they're just gonna be fascinated with it. That bright red, the swaying tentacles, the white shell, the blue streaks coursing across the mantle make the electric flame scallop one of my absolute favorite bivalves to put in my tank. And I love those kind of things. It's as good to me as my croquia. So enjoy. Hope you like this video, and I will see you guys next time when I'll have something else. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.